Welcome, Aquarius and Aquarius Cross Watchers, to your mini weekly love reading. So I hope you guys had a great weekend and that you have a good week planned, that you were able to have some rest or some fun, of course, depending on what you needed. So we'll get a card for you, cards for you, a card for your person and the situation between you. Hold on for a second. Okay, 1 second. Wait a minute. Sorry, just give me a second here, Aquarius. It's almost like somebody is going to be trying to talk their way out of something, and that's not going to work out for them. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know what it feels like? It's that energy of like something is about to come to light. There's going to be a truth that's told that I feel to a certain extent will set you free. And I feel like this person's going to try to do some fancy footwork to cover their own behind. But, oh, okay. Aquarius. It feels to a certain extent that you may have been covering for somebody here. And I feel like while you were covering them, while you were being loyal and having this person's back, it's like they were selling you down the river. You know what I mean? And I feel like you seem to have some truth that you're about to drop on everybody. It's almost like, for example, if it was a work situation, this person may have been acting like they were carrying you the whole time, when in actuality, it's like you were doing the lion's share, or maybe you were carrying them. It's that kind of a thing. And I feel like you seem to have, it's almost like you have evidence. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, I feel like this person, it's like, there almost seems to be a little bit of a frantic energy around them, trying to recover, trying to save anything. It's like they can feel everything falling away from them and they're trying desperately to grab at things. But it's like as soon as they grab at it, it disappears within their hand, sort of thing. Yikes. So I think we're going to pull some clarifiers. I do feel like you are being really strong in this situation. Not that you're being aggressive about it, okay? But it feels like you're saying what you need to say, but in a very eloquent, dignified manner, right? It's like you're not going to get into the dirt and start slinging it with this person. And I feel to a certain extent, it's like they may try to appeal to the people around them by saying like, do you remember when I did this? Do you remember when I did that? It's like they're trying to elicit some sort of emotional response to the people around them. But I feel like they've pulled this so many times that it's like the emotional response has been, uh, it's almost like it's a nerve that has, you know, how do I say this? It's like they've tried to, cash in on that same favor so many times that people are like, no, 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 you're on your own, sort of thing. So can we get a card for Aquarius? Woo! Look at you go. So I feel like someone's going to see how you handle this here and how you have handled the situation with this person in its entirety. It's like they're going to see the loyalty that you have given this person, and the that like when you were under the impression that this person was on your team the same way that you were on their team, that your like loyalty and dedication to this person and this connection was like top notch, some next level stuff. And I feel like this person, it's like when they see you, their eyes light up. You know what I mean? Like in the cartoons when their eyes get really big, it's that kind of a thing. And I do feel, it does feel like it's someone that, hold on for a second here. they seem to see how they can utilize you. I didn't say use because it doesn't feel quite that way, but it does feel like this person's energy is like it's a little bit on the fence. It's like I can't quite feel into. I do feel to a certain extent that this person does have your best interests at heart. However, if there comes an opportunity where they need to use you as a chess piece in a game, I feel like they will do that. It's like at the end of the day, of course, our the most loyalty should be to ourselves, right? But I feel like this person, it's like they seem to be willing to compromise certain morals and certain values to get ahead. I'm almost getting a little bit of like Lord Baelish vibes from this person. We're gonna what's the good about this person that Aquarius needs to know? And what's the challenging part about this person? So we have the Star, which of course is your card. And then we have the Page of Cups. So I feel like this person, they may act like they're very hard and firm and fast in their decisions. And I feel to a certain extent, there is a new beginning here that they can offer you. And the message here is, for the love of all that is holy, Aquarius, lean on your intuition when making the decision as to whether or not you want to let this person in your life. Because it's like they may come in acting like they're somebody that can get you to the next level in your career, that can offer you all this stuff, that can da-da-da-da-da-da, and all they ask is for your loyalty, right? But it's like this person is looking at you being like, I could make a lot of money off of Aquarius. You know what I mean? It's like they see the potential in you and part of them wants to help cultivate that, but it's a very self-serving energy. It's a little dicey. They do seem to be really lit up by you. They do seem to admire how you have handled yourself. But instead of seeing you as someone they want to have a connection with, they see you as either an asset or a liability. You know what I mean? I do feel that this person is quite attracted to you. But it feels like it's like they might make dates with you and then not show up and have excuse. You know what I mean? So it's like they seem to come in and act like they might be a really great match or a great person. But I feel like the more you're around them, it's almost like they bring this high school drama garbage to your door. You know what it feels like? It feels like you're sandwiched between two people that don't work for you right now. Excuse me. What's coming up for Aquarius? Oh, all right. So we have the Eight of Wands twice here. This is kind of going to be, because it's not a clarifier on that person. It's what's coming up for you. So Aquarius, I feel like whatever this person tries to, it's almost like all of their matches are on fire here. You know what I mean? And it's like they're desperately trying to blow them out, but they can't because it's just too much for them to do all at once. And I feel like there's a message here that if you feel like you are sacrificing something, or it's like some of those wands might be yours that are getting, burned up right now. There's a message here that you're going to have an Eight of Wands situation. You're going to have, I feel like you're going to create new wands, like new opportunities that are a much better match for who you are and who you want to be. because I feel like whatever this person was, it's almost like it was too messy. You know what I mean? It's like um it's almost that energy of like everything that you want is on the other side of fear. And not that you have any fear, but it's like when you see what's going on with this person and you make the move that you make, I feel like there may be a little time here where um, it doesn't feel like you've made the wrong decision to you. That's not what I'm picking up from you. It just feels like if you had made it sooner, things wouldn't be as lean. It's almost like there were certain things that you built with this person that I feel like to a certain extent you have to leave them behind to get out. And I feel like there's a message here that that of course there's better days ahead. Um, hold on, but I feel like to a certain extent you may feel like you're kind of in a bit of a desert for a while. And I don't feel like you waver. I don't feel like you get into a place where you're feeling, sorry for yourself or anything like that. I feel like you're just marching forward and onward. And it's like, it's almost this energy of like anything is going to be better than that, than where I was, right? So I think we're going to pull one more card on this Eight of Wands and the Ten of Swords, and then I'll wrap up the reading. Woo! I feel like it's getting hot in here. So we have the Judgment, which of course is about that transitional phase. Excuse me. And I feel like you might be having some weird dreams. It's those dreams where like somebody from high school, someone from elementary, maybe a teacher from this, and your neighbor are all in this weird dream where they're all just kind of like somehow intertwining. And it's almost like the dream seems to move at light speed. And I feel like to a certain extent, it's almost like a distraction, because I feel like if you didn't have some sort of like strange distraction here, that you may become a little bit demoralized because you might feel like, you know what, I'm not really having the progress that I want here. But I feel like these dreams are going to be so off the wall, off the chain, whatever that is. They're going to be so strange that it's like as you're doing the dishes or you're going through your day, what did that, like, did I eat something the night before? What was up with that dream? And it seems to be such a mental distraction that it's almost like you're building something, but you're not really, it's almost like it's second nature. So you're building this thing and it's like, for lack of a better word, the boring part, or the part where you're just kind of laying the foundation. It's like you end up doing that while you're distracted by these. I also feel like, and I'm sorry to say this, that if this part is hurtful, but I also feel like there's some people in your life that need to get the F out of your way. And I feel like because you are a strong person, these people, because you're a strong ally, they don't want to let you go. And I feel to a certain extent, they're going to be pulled away from you. It's like they're going to be lured away from you, to give you, I want to say like enough of yourself back so that you feel whole again. Now, that's not to say that you didn't feel whole necessarily, but it's like you might not realize how much energy those people were sucking out of you until they're not there anymore. And you're like, holy crap, I have so much energy. When I wake up in the morning, I don't, dread getting out of bed. And it's like maybe somebody, for example, maybe somebody took up a lot of your time really late in the evenings and disrupted your sleep. Or it's like there were calls in the middle of the night where if somebody needed something from you, and because you're loyal, you were there for the people that you cared about. And I feel like there's people that have a certain dysfunction in their own life that is sabotaging yours. And I feel like because these people won't get out of the way, I feel like they're going to be kind of pulled out. And I do feel to a certain extent that because they'll be lured away from you, it may hurt a little bit. It may feel like you're being maybe not quite abandoned, but it's like, you thought you meant more to that person sort of thing. Or like, oh, that's a real crap way to end that relationship or that friendship. Um, but I feel like it's one of those things where it's like once you mourn the loss, it's actually such a relief that that person isn't a part of your headspace anymore. And I feel like it's just got you on this path. And I feel like there might be all this chaos and confusion that's happening above the surface, but it's almost like you're underground and you're just passing all of it by. So I do feel to a certain extent that you are, it's not so much that you're being prepared, because I don't actually feel that you're not ready for the next step. I just feel like there's so many people that have been sucking your soul that, that it's almost like the higher power or whatever is kind of coming in to give you a bit of a break here and just cut the fat. You know what I mean? Just eliminate people that don't add value to your life anymore, that you may not have realized because it's like maybe there was long-standing loyalty there, right? And I do feel to a certain extent you have been, there's so much of yourself that's out invested in other people. And that's not a knock on you. I'm not saying like, forget you. It's that you truly invest. When somebody is in your camp and you're in their camp, it's a thing. It's a deal to you. You know what I mean? It's like you take that shiz seriously. And so when someone's in your camp, that's just what it is. And I feel like these people seem to have been, it's almost like they may know that they've been asking more of you than they should. And it's like they know that they're being selfish in like the negative connotation of that word. It's like they know that they're being selfish and that they're taking a lot more than they're getting. But it's like they're trying to logic themselves by like, well, Aquarius has let me do it, so I might as well just do it. And like, that's not how you act when you're in someone's camp and they're in yours. You know what I mean? That's not. So it's like these people that have checked out of the relationships with you, that I feel like you were focused on maybe you were really focused on work, so you weren't quite noticing those things. It's like it was kind of on your radar, but it wasn't big enough to do anything about. So you were just kind of, you were just kind of going through the motions. And I feel like it's like a year from now, 6 months from now, I feel like when you look back at how different your life is, it's almost this like an emotional experience, wanting to cry from relief, gratitude, feeling grateful that, maybe that those people were on your team for a time, but that they exited your life to make room for what's there now. So I think I'll leave it there, Aquarius. This is a really long reading for the minis. I apologize. But I guess that's what needed to come out. So a couple of quick housekeeping things. I do have private readings available, so my email's below in the description box if you would like to contact me. The singles and new love reads for January are coming out this week, and I do have a poll in the community section. So it's just asking if you prefer, for those longer reads that are released during the week, if you'd prefer it to be, 3 every day as it has been, or all on one day. I know sometimes when, when videos are posted really, almost daily or whatever, that sometimes it can gum up your feed. So just wondering what you guys would prefer when it comes to that. So I love you so much, Aquarius. I feel like you don't need to hear that, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And I wish you all the best this week. I feel like you're on the beginning of a journey that's going to feel really refreshing for you. So, we'll see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.